Hello, welcome to my review of the Reading Comprehension Blueprint by Nancy Hennessy, helping students make meaning from text. My evaluation of this book really reflects the thoroughness, practicality, and alignment with the science of reading. All right, we can see it is published by Paul H. Brooks in Baltimore, Maryland in the year 2021. And in all 304 of these pages, you will see evidence-based activities, downloads that are available online, regular reflections and check-ins to help, keep readers on track. There's assessment, organizer, planning tools to support instruction. Just a very dense book filled with a ton of excellent information and more. Okay, at the beginning, one of my favorite things about this is that there is a foreword by Louisa Moats. Louisa Moats is currently a vice president of the International Dyslexia Association. She is the author of several authoritative texts that align with her structured literacy approach, including the language essentials for teachers of reading and spelling, referred to as letters, as well as speech to print language essentials for teachers. All right. She also recommends, because this is such an intensive and dense book, to just tackle it one bite at a time. If we're looking at this as we're just going to start to finish page 1 to 304, this is not the type of book for you. Okay, let's talk about our author, Nancy Hennessy. She is a former president of the International Dyslexia Association. She also contributed to writing Moats's Letters program. She is a specialist for Wilson language and trainer for that as well, and leader. She's a teacher, she's an administrator, she's a literacy consultant, and she has amazing ideas. So what she did was she took everything she could find about reading comprehension, language comprehension, and really wanted to supply teachers with everything they need in this book, which is all based on Scarborough's reading rope, at least to the top part. If we're looking at the simple view of reading, we know you have word recognition. This book does not deal with word recognition. It's basically the components of language comprehension. Know that we have to interweave all of the components that make up language comprehension, and there's so many. Let's look at that just a little bit more closely. Right, we have background knowledge and vocabulary. In this book, Hennessy really emphasizes the relationship between those two, because collectively they'll support the connections that the students make to text, supports communication, receiving as well as expression, creating meaning, and it's ever evolving and growing, which makes sense. Your experiences facilitate your background knowledge about things, and your vocabulary is based upon the things that you are exposed to. Okay, we'll start with the critique. There's some things about this. One thing, it does line with the science of reading. It's very explicit. It's very sequenced, and a lot of people say it is just too scripted, and it takes away teachers' autonomy. Don't have a lot of room to be creative or to provide experience. Another thing is that it's very overwhelming. It's very hard to navigate and find explicit information. There are a wealth of resources in here, but a lot of them are bland. They're not very engaging. And there's still opposition to the whole structured literacy movement. Some people are still steadfast, not wanting to let go of balanced literacy, even though it's outdated. I read an article recently, which is in my reference with the paper. It was published by the National Educational Association this year, and in it, a teacher, Julie Hines Lyman, is quoted as saying that she does not think that we need to adopt this structured literacy approach. I don't necessarily agree with her, but I do think it's interesting to have those different opinions shared. there's different viewpoints, obviously, and different perspectives. Okay. However, this book has great potential, particularly as we're looking at the current legislative movement in education, right? Really trying to get more people to follow the science of reading and to use these explicit instructional methods to really give students what they need. And it's all based on evidence. No one is making this up. We're not just seeing things and hoping for the best, right? These things can inspire change, and we can provide an equitable reading instruction for all students, right? If we can get on board with that, foster collaboration. That's going to lead me to the next point about the things that I think are the best about this book. But before I want to do, I'm going to kind of set that up because it is purposeful, it is evidence-based, and it does foster collaboration in a professional development setting. So I'm going to flip forward to this slide right here. This is the first of three things that I love most about this book. And again, fostering that collaboration. This was on page 205 in the book, and I've got it right here. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not page 205. Here we go. Professional community practice. Okay, this is the interactive book study pages, which is just going to focus and guide professional development book study that I'm planning on incorporating into my district after the winter holiday break. And I think this is going to be a great aha moment for a lot of teachers that I work with who are looking for something like this. And it's very explicit. Let us know how we're going to do it, what we're going to reflect on, and take it step by step. Again, with that one bite at a time approach. Okay, another one that I enjoyed was on table 7.3. I think that was on page 151. Nope, sorry, 162. Here we go. This is the ABC instructional tool for background knowledge. Just kind of making sure, like when we're intentionally choosing our instructional activities, this is going to help you figure out what we're going to do, what is going to help make those connections. So A, activate and assess background knowledge. B, build background knowledge. And C, connect to background knowledge to facilitate, again, more comprehension. And finally, the third thing was on figure 8.5, which is on page 184. One of the things that's part of this book, one of the components that helps foster comprehension is coherence, local coherence, when we're talking about building inferences. So going from that local to that global level of understanding and inferencing is very, very hard to even understand. This book breaks it down, and it really gives teacher and student steps explicitly, which again lets teachers take that and be creative and then build around that framework, instilling creativity. I give this book 2 thumbs up. It's very good. Yes, it's dense, and it might be lacking in some engaging design, somewhat hard to navigate due to its extensive wealth of evidence. I determine it's a highly functional, practical, comprehensive, and exceptional text for all reading educators. Thanks so much.